Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rajat and today we are going to talk about dictionary and the essential operations which we perform in dictionary in Python. Why it's very important? Because these are the four basic data types. So as of now we have covered tuples and list and all the important operations which we perform using both of them. So today is the time for dictionary and today we are going to talk about dictionary in detail. So without wasting your time, I'll take you forward and let's start talking about the dictionary. So here I am on my desktop. Let's quickly start the VS Code editor, which is a Microsoft VS Code Studio. So let me create a new file here. I'll go to file, new file. Today is dictionary session to dict.py. .py talks about that it's a Python code. I'll save it on my desktop in Python 2025. All these codes I'm sharing in the description box and I'm putting all of them in the GitHub, so you can easily download that. Okay, so now let's quickly start about dictionary. So guys, let's start with a brief introduction of dictionary. So as you guys can see, what is dictionary? So before going into the official definition and how we should understand it, I will talk about in layman language, like in real life. If you talk about what is a dictionary, so we all have studied in our school and colleges that we do have English dictionary. And what is that use of that dictionary? You basically search words. Okay, so in that dictionary, what is there? If you talk about a dictionary like in English dictionary, so let's say you go for a word, let's say R, so there will be so many words starting with R, and those words would be having their meaning written in front of that. So you will get the meaning of all those words. So this is your key, and the meaning of that particular is your value. That's why in Python this concept is inherited somewhere from the dictionary itself. Okay, so now let's talk about what is dictionary. So dictionary are used to store data value in key value pair. See, this is the concept here which I was talking about. If you talk about an English dictionary, you have key and you have the value corresponding to that. A dictionary is a collection which is ordered, number one, changeable, and do not allow duplicates. In dictionary, on the key level, you cannot have a duplicate value because key should be your identical. Okay, and a dictionary is basically used when you want to access a value with the use of the key. Let's say, so if I assign x equal to 10, when we do variable assignment in other programming languages which you might have seen, right? And this is your key, this is your value. So if you print, let's say if you go and you print x, so this is the key you are giving. So key is the something which is calling the value, and in output you will see 10. Okay, so this concept is all about normal dictionary which you can use in basically, and you can keep on remember this in your mind. It's very easy. Okay, so all of this we have covered in the previous session also, like in the session where I was talking about all the data types, but this is something to refresh the memory. Okay, now let's go back to the things and talk about the operation, which is the more agenda for today. In dictionary we have so many operation, and I have picked all the necessary operation which you should know when you are going for your interview and when you are learning also. Okay, so for a beginner this is going to be a game changer, because if you remember all these operations, so then you will be easily able to handle the dictionary operations. So now let's talk about dictionary. So let me show you one sample dictionary. This is a dictionary and the name of the dictionary says my underscore dict. That is the name of the dictionary, and here if you see, this is your key, this is your value. So in the name I have given one value. This is the key, this is the value. Similarly you can have multiple values here. So this is just for one person I have shown as an example, but if you want to put so many value in a dictionary, so that's very much easily doable. Okay, there is no challenge there. Now in line number 7, what I'm doing, I'm just giving a print. I'm calling my dictionary. So the one way would be I just want to print the whole dictionary, but that's what I'm not doing. That's very simple. You just have to give print, and inside the print just write my dict. So that will print the whole dictionary. But what I want, let's say I want only Alice. So how I'll do that? The syntax is print my dictionary. I will call my dictionary, and inside that braces, inside these braces I'll put the braces which we use with list. Okay, this is very important. You can easily remember this thing, that the braces which I was using with list, I need to give them with the key. So this is the key. What is name? Name is the key and the value is Alice. So the output will be Alice in this case. I have mentioned the output also after execution, but I will execute each and every line of the code once we are done with the concept. Okay. So let me build those concepts first. Now second operation is, let's say if you want to change an item, I mentioned here, right, in the definition that is this is changeable. So now let's say the age is 30 for Alice and that is a mistake. So let's say Alice comes to us and she says that in your database, my age is mentioned as 25, which is wrong. My age is not 25, it's 30. So how you'll do that? So what you'll write, my DICT, again you'll use these braces and inside that just put the key, just memorize, try to memorize this and you'll give the new value. 30 is your new assignment value. And now when you'll print this library, not library, basically dictionary, when you'll print this dictionary, my DICT, in the output, name will be Alice, but at the same time, age will be 30. So that is easily doable. There is no challenge there. Now, if you want to add an item, okay, so we are done with the printing of the name, basically using the key method. Then we are done with the basic item modification. So we have done with that. Now let's move to add a new item. Let's say for Alice, we get to know in the database when you're working that the place of birth for Alice is, let's say, New York. So how you'll do that? How you'll update the place of birth? Again, you'll call my DICT, then you'll create a new key. You don't have a key as of now for keeping New York here. So what you'll do, you'll create a new key here and that will be New York. So now when you'll call the dictionary, so in the output, you'll see name is Alice, age is 30, which is the updated age, which we have just done. And now city is New York. So there is the city where Alice belongs to. Now, if you want to remove this, remove any particular element, okay, if you want to remove something out of this, let's say you want to remove this portion of the age. So how you'll do? You'll use the pop function here. Okay. So let me move a bit down. Let's talk about this pop function in detail. So let's talk about it. So basically the idea behind the pop function is that whatever the key you will mention, in some programming language you can say this is a variable also, like this key is nothing, it's a variable, right? In variable you store. What is a variable? Variable is a container where you store the value. So similarly in the key you are storing one value, but in a big dictionary you can store multiple values. So what you are doing, you're just writing the pop function, and when you'll call the dictionary, you'll print the dictionary, what you will see in the output, that the particular variable which you have given in the pop function, that has been popped out. That's how you should remember it, I would say. How I usually do it when I read the concept, so I'll just close and I just memorize that there was a pop function and that is populating. So try to do this visual exercise. I actually usually tell it to all the students that you should visualize what you want to program. If you visualize that, you'll be easily able to relate things with the real world. Now let's go back and talk about the next operation, that is your looping. So how looping works, I told you in the list video also, in the tuple also. For now, just stay with me for the syntax. All this looping control statement I'm going to cover in detail in this lecture itself. Not this lecture, this playlist itself. Okay, so we will cover that. Now let's talk about this. So for key, what is key? Key is your item basically where you want to do iteration. Okay, now key comma value. Value is the value of your key in your dictionary dot items. Okay, so what you are using here, you are using this particular item function. Okay, so you are iterating through the key and value, then you are using the print statement, and f string is something you are using because you want to resolve the value. I told you there is a difference between printing the value and resolving the value. Here we want to resolve the key and value at the same time. So the loop will print like this, like first value, then second value, then third value, then fourth value. So what does this mean? Like one iteration at a time. Like for one person it will show the output, then it will run the loop again, then it will show the output, then again it will run. Or in our case, we have only one person. So there are some limited number of iteration will take place on the basis of the key. Now we have only two key left because we have dropped age. So you can see name is here, city is here. So the output will look like this, like you'll see the name and then city. As I told you, there is a iteration involved. If multiple people will be there, so it will show each row for them. Okay. Now let's move a bit forward. Let's talk about copying. Okay, how to copy. It's very easy. It's the easiest one. I would say new dictionary name equal to old dictionary name dot copy, and this will be copied in a new dictionary. Now you can do anything in the new dictionary if you don't want to touch upon the data which is basically there in the first library itself. So you can simply do those changes in the second copy dictionary, and that first dictionary is totally fine. You cannot do any changes. You want to keep it safe. So now that purpose is solved here. Now let's move forward and talk about the nested dictionary, and that is going to be the important topic because nested dictionaries sometimes are very confusing. So what is a nested dictionary? As the name also says, like dictionary inside a dictionary is nested dictionary. So here is an example, nested dictionary equal to, and then we use these braces, right? Which you have seen. For list, we use these braces. For tuple, we use these. Now this is a symbolization of dictionary. This is a symbolization of list. This is tuple. Now first key, if you see, so we have child 1, this is your dictionary number 1, then dictionary number 2. So now inside these two dictionary we have same keys like name and age. For two people, this is your dictionary number 1, this is your dictionary number 2. This will create a nested dictionary, and what I am doing here, this dictionary if you want to print, that's okay, this will be printed simply, no problem there. But let's say if I want to fetch one value, let's say somebody tells you I want the name of the first person out of this, how you will do that? Using indexing concepts. I have told you about indexing several times previously in other video. What is indexing? When there is a position for everything, like let's say I, O, U. Let's say I'm writing these three vowels. So this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2. So basically indexing always starts from 0. Now here what I am doing, I am calling the child, which is a basic dictionary, okay? In this case, it's different. See, I told you about this concept, right? So this was totally meaningful as of now when we were working about the tuple and the list. But in dictionary, how this will work? I'll call the list inside the print method. And then what I'm doing, I'm just calling the list number 1. Basically dictionary number 1, not list number 1. I'm calling the dictionary number 1, which is child 1. And inside that also, I'm calling this particular key. So here we are not calling indexes like this, 0, 1. These are generally index way to call the things, okay? But here what I'm doing, I'm calling the dictionary and then I'm calling the key. So this is very important. Now you remember that output will be Tom, okay? Now let's talk about the get method in the dictionary. If you want to get a value, let's say, if you want to get only one column particularly. So this is moreover like a print statement in normal, but if you want to fetch only one column or the key, so you can use get method here. Now dictionary exercise, let's say if you want to choose a key and if you want to use a if else condition there, let's say if name in this dictionary. So what does this mean? This my dict have how many keys? 2 as of now, name and age. So now what I'm doing, I'm checking name in dictionary. So it will say name do exist in dictionary. So condition will be yes. So when condition is yes, they need to print this one. This will be the output. If this is true, then this output. And if I, let's say, rather than name, I mention, and naming convention also I need to follow, like it should be small only, right? Here, if you see it's small NAM, it should be small. If you mention any uppercase here, like let's say n will be uppercase, so it will not print the if condition, it will go to else, and key does not exist will be the output message, okay? So on that note, now let me quickly run each of these lines to show you that how actually the output will look like. And make sure guys you download it from the description box. I'll put the link there for the GitHub so that you can directly open this workbook in your system and you have all the notes available, okay? For theory, usually what I do is like you can refer whatever I'm saying. That's what I tell all my students whenever I teach in India, abroad, wherever, whoever is the student, I always tell, just focus on the concept. Theory is something you can build at your own also, okay? But I have given the comments, so this is more than enough. Now, to run this particular piece of code, what I'll do, I'll just select it, shift and enter. So you'll see the output. This is a normal print, like where we have just print the output. If you see, Alice is the output, because what I'm doing inside the dictionary, I'm just calling name. Now let's run the line number 10 and 11. Change the item type. So as of now, the age is 25. Now I am replacing that age with 30. So in the new dictionary, if you guys will see, the age will be coming as 30. Let's go back and run adding a new item. So basically I'm updating the address for Alice. For that, shift enter, I'm just running this. If you see, Alice name is there, Alice age is there, and the city is also there. New York has been printed. Now let's run the pop function. Let me select these two, and what I'm doing actually, if you see, I'm just popping out the age. Pop function pops out that particular value. Let me run this. If you see, so this is the output in this line. This is your output. Now you don't have the age in the data. Okay, I think this is very much self-understood when I'm explaining this. I hope you are getting the sense of it. If you still have some doubt, please do in the comment. I'll explain it again, maybe in different way. So this is again the for loop which I'll run, and now you can see how it's working. Basically, for loop is checking one value at a time and putting it in the output and then checking the next key. So basically the for loop is working on the key level and it's executing the key and putting the output one by one. Keep on going like that way. Now let's copy one dictionary and print the new dictionary. Let's shift enter. So you can see this is the copied dictionary and the output is there. You can see that. Now let me clear this and move down where we have the nested dictionary. I'll just select the nested dictionary, and I told you that in this I just gave the first dictionary name, which is the inside the nested dictionary. This is the nested dictionary. So the name of the first dictionary and the key. If I change the key, the output will change. Okay. So just make sure you're choosing the right key. Now the output is Tom. Let's say I mention age here. Now if I select this one, nested dictionary, the output is 10. And if you give a value which does not belong to this bracket, then this will say the item not found. Okay. Now let's talk about the dictionary method, how this basically works. I just want the get method to show me the output. I just want to give the key in the get method, and the print will be the value of that. Okay. So this is very easy. Now let's quickly run the if else condition. So this is at the moment true. That's why the key do exist. If I mention, let's say I told you, right, Python is case sensitive. Now name does not exist here. Why does not? Because capital N, okay, this is case sensitive. Now it will print the else condition. Key does not exist. So this validate basically the output. Okay. Now on that note, I will wrap up this video, guys. I'll conclude here for today, and I will request you to download all these Python sheets from my GitHub account. And on that note, I would also mention that if you like the video, if you found this very helpful for you, please like, share and comment, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your comments actually help me to grow a lot, because when you share your feedback, I always try to incorporate that feedback in my next lecture. So thank you so much, guys. On that note, I will take your leave. All the best to everybody. In the next video, I will meet you with all the knowledge and the operations which we perform in the set, which is very important data type again. On that note, I would again say all the best to you. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much, guys.